Hey, it's the crazy ceramic guy again. Yeah, I'm wearing safety glasses. I do, even though you don't see them. I'm not that crazy. I'm going to try faceting this stone today in what may be a little safer way. This stone has a lot of defects on the surface, and so I haven't tried to put this in the rock tumbler. You don't want to put this kind of stone in the rock tumbler. But you see, this looks like a large crystal here. What I'm going to do is try to cut that crystal out, and then you'll see how we try to facet it. After I cut out the defects, I come up with two small pieces. This is the largest of the two pieces. Then I got a little smaller one here. So I'm going to try to do something with this piece. My plan is to attach this machine screw to the block with some epoxy. And then I can hold the block with the machine screw and keep my fingers away from the blade. What this should also do is give me a better idea of the angles I'm cutting, because I can watch the machine screw and I can see what angle the block is. So I've epoxied the block to the screw. The epoxy should set in 6 minutes. It should cure in a couple hours. So go do something else now. You can take a nap, you can take a walk, build an airplane, learn a new language. The first thing I want to do is grind the face of the block so this plane is perpendicular to the screw. Then I can grind the facets, and I'll try to grind those on the edge at about a 45. If I hold the screw at a 45, the facets are going to be at a 45. So this gives me a better way of eyeballing what I'm doing. Now I want to do the two ends. Now I'll check the two ends. I'll hold this end down. It's not too bad. I'll do the other end. I'll hold it down flat. You see, that one is not parallel. That plane is not quite parallel to the screw. So I'm going to take a little more off that one. Now I have the one side rough cut. The front. You can take a good look there. I will try to remove the epoxy from the back and epoxy it to the front, and then do the back. I have a heat gun. I'm going to try to clean off the epoxy. One thing I understand from online is you don't want to get the stone too hot and end up cracking the stone from the heat. So you need to be careful doing this. Hopefully, I will be successful. It turned out that it was very hard to get the epoxy off. That epoxy that I had been using had a working temperature range of something like 230 or 250 degrees F. I did manage to get the screw off and then ground the epoxy off the stone. I got another epoxy that has a maximum working temperature of 120 degrees. So this, hopefully, I will be able to get off much easier. A trick at this point is to glue the screw onto the other side exactly in line with where the screw was on the first side. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but in actual gem cutting, there's a fixture that would line the screw that was on this side, or the dop, I think they call it, dop stick, that would go into a fixture and the other stick on this side, and the fixture would line them up so that the new one is an exact line with the old one on the other side. And then after the new one is glued, then the one from the other side would be removed. So I've ground the piece down the other side, and as I look at it now, I can see the face of the other side is not parallel to the face of the first side. I think I was kind of standing at an angle to the ceramic saw. I think I need to turn the ceramic saw and actually position myself perpendicular to the blade, so I'm not trying to fudge the angles. So here's my piece. You can see it's pretty small, so doing that with my fingers would be dangerous. And looking at the two sides, they're not bad. I'm ready to polish my little tiny stone. The coffee is brewing, and today not a cookie. It's chocolate cake with just a dab of whipped cream. I finished it. It's not perfect, but a cool looking little stone. I can do better.